Hello, everyone. This is Don's Meditations, and today's video is going to be about how social media can affect relationships. Um, Based on my experience, it wasn't wasn't a good thing for me, being that I had personal insecurities. I've allowed um, my own personal insecurities to affect a relationship I was in. Even even that now that I currently, well, how can I put it? I wouldn't say currently, right now, but in the past, it really affected my relationship with someone I was involved with, because of I was always constantly looking to see what was going on her Facebook page, and seeing who this guy was, and I mean, the person I was with, she wasn't like she was posting a lot, but when she would post, I would really wonder and question. But then it came back and backfired on me, because on my end, I would post pictures, and then I would have different people would like my picture, or make a comment, But my pictures were just like basically family pictures, like pictures of my daughters, or something like that. And then somebody will say, "Oh, nice picture," or your daughter's getting big, or or it could be some type of video. It's kind of like a funny video, or like of me like playing around or dancing, and then some female Facebook friend will say, "Oh, you got some nice moves," and something like that, you know, would get my girlfriend upset. But I know it was because of me, of how I reacted to her page, and I know that kind of triggered her to look at my page more deeply, and make her suspicious of my page. And then along with that, it was like, yeah, I just, yeah. And so I allowed social media to get in the way of our relationship, which it caused us to, it caused some trust issues. And I know I brought it on myself, you know, and I acknowledged it. I told her, like, you know what, I apologize. I allowed, my insecurities to get the best of me, and yeah. So if there's any of you guys out there that's dealing with this, try to deal with it. Try to work on your insecurities. Ask yourself, why do you feel like you can't trust your girlfriend? Ask yourself, why do you feel like you gotta question her, and question every time she posts? Why do you have to question who is this or who is that? Now, I can understand if it's like a certain person that's like maybe making like inappropriate comments. That's different. But if somebody liking a picture or whatever, I don't know. It's kind of tough. It's really kind of a tough. You have to really, really trust your girlfriend. You have to trust your partner. You just have to trust. You can't like allow yourself to go crazy because of someone liking. And then plus, You have to see what type of pictures your partner is posting. If they're posting like certain type of pictures that's like inappropriate, with them in it, like showing their body parts and stuff like that, or posing, then I don't know. Then you have to question what type of partner you have. You know. And then you have to question: is this the type of person you want to be involved with? Because if it makes you feel uncomfortable to see people to see pictures that she posts and then people liking, if it's going to get you to the point where it's going to cause friction, then maybe you shouldn't be together. Or you can always address how you feel to your partner. You can always say, hey, I saw the picture on Facebook, I saw the picture on Instagram or whatever, and it made me feel uncomfortable. I see certain certain guys liking your picture or whatever, and it makes me feel a certain way. You can address it in a calm, mature way. You don't have to say, who the f who the f is this liking your picture? Who is this guy always liking your picture? Every time you post a picture, this particular person liking your picture. Who is Mark? Who the hell is Mark? Who the hell is John? Why they keep liking your picture? You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. And if it's getting you to that point where it's getting you angry like that, then you have to really ask yourself why. Why am I like this? Why am I feeling like this? Why? Because it's not healthy. And I'm telling this from my experience that I've been through it, and and I have currently been through that. And so that's something that I'm asking God to deal with me with. So I'm sharing my experience with you, because you could be losing out on a really good person in your life, you know, because of your own insecurities. So if you're with someone and you're giving your partner a hard time with social media, or you're just accusing her, you're accusing your partner, him or her, of something that they're not doing, then you need to, it's not going to be healthy. Eventually, your partner's going to get tired of it, and then if they go on your page and they seeing, the similar stuff, then they're going to start questioning you. They're going to start questioning you. It's going to go full circle. It's going to come back on you. It's like the law of attraction. What you're putting out is going to come back. So basically, you got to follow the principle. Do what you do. Treat her like you want to be treated. Treat him like you want to be treated. Do you want to be constantly accused or questioned about things you're not doing, or yeah, you can talk about how you feel, but it's not going to be healthy to constantly bring up what's going on, or why is this person always liking this picture and this. It's not healthy. So you got to come to a point in your life where you have to have some confidence and belief and trust in your partner, and to leave your relationship in God's hands. You have to leave everything in God's hands. You cannot try to manipulate or force or try to manipulate your partner, or try to you know make her or him feel guilty about something that they're not doing. And I'm guilty of that. I have been a person who done that, and that part I didn't like about myself. Because then looking back, I'm like, man, why did I do that? Why was I like that? Why was I on her? And partly because we did have prior um, situations that came about in our relationship. On my end too. I did things that I'm not proud of, and vice versa. So it caused us to really have some trust issues with each other, but mainly me because I don't know. It just for me it was like more. I mean, I don't know. It just affected me more. So I really had my antennas up even more so, and so it affected me. So I mean that played a role in it too. But it started from the beginning because I truly didn't. I wasn't. I was kind of feeling like I couldn't fully trust, or I always had my guards up or wondering, and that wasn't good either. So I just say this, when it comes to social media, um, try not to bombard your partner about what's going on social media if you don't need to. Try to avoid constantly looking on their page, and I know it's tempting because you like so want to know what's going on. So therefore, a part of that time, my partner cut off, like, she literally like so what she would do is she would she would deactivate her Facebook, right? She would deactivate her Facebook, but it's funny because I would see like on Messenger, it would show that she was active on Messenger. So it was a point where I was like, that's kind of interesting. Like she don't have Facebook, but it shows that she was active on Messenger. So I talked to her about like I said, so you still be on Messenger? Like you are? I said, so you're on Messenger now? Like you're not on Facebook anymore. You don't have your Facebook. You deactivated it because she told me she deactivated. I said, so are you messaging people? Like what's going on? Like I see that your Messenger is. It shows that you're. It's like it'll show like when if I were to look at it and see her profile name, it'll show like, oh, she was on there 30 minutes ago, or she was on there 5 minutes ago, or she was on there an hour ago, or she was on there 30 minutes ago, or something like that. So it started making me wonder, and this is why we were talking together. So I went to her and she told me like, oh yeah, sometimes I go on there because whatever I'm bored, I'll go in there, but I'll deactivate it. But I said, why? So the first time I noticed it, I asked her, so why are you deactivating your account all of a sudden? Because it made me suspicious. Like, why all of a sudden? And she said, well, because of like, she don't want to, like, sometimes on her page, you get a lot of, I guess, negative stuff on there on her feed. That's what she said. And then plus because of like, all what's going on now, the coronavirus and all that, she don't want to see a bunch of negative stuff on her page. So she just rather, and then she don't want to like just be caught up being on post, looking at her phone and checking on social media all the time because she get alerts because she like I guess there's certain things she looks at like that shows like clips of videos or whatever. So she said in order to avoid all that, she just kind of deactivates it so to keep her from looking at it. So I believed her. I said, oh, okay. It's like, but then it still made me suspicious because I would, every now and then see that she was on there, but that was my insecurity. Like it made me wonder why she. It don't make sense that you go through all that trouble to deactivate it, just to look at. You go through the trouble to activate it to look at for a while, then you deactivate it. It's almost like you're trying to hide something. Like so, it made me feel suspicious. It did, and I told her, but ultimately, it just wasn't a good thing because you know it didn't add value to our relationship. It didn't make it any better. So I had to learn that that I cannot allow social media to dictate how I feel about her or the relationship. So I just say this, say that I just say that to say this. Don't allow social media to dictate the relationship. Talk to your partner about it if it's bothering you. If it's getting to the point where it just you cannot have a healthy relationship, you may need to walk away from the relationship, or you know, because you don't want to allow that to dictate, you know, the relationship, you know, and then it may, and also for me, I also found, in the beginning of a relationship, when I was having these issues, I found out it was a guy that she used to date on there that was still her friend, and that bothered me. I'm like, why is a person that you used to date on your social media? Like, why is he on Facebook? And that bothered me because I would see, like, in past pictures, there would be comments like, but I don't know. I mean, I could have let it go, but then it did bother me because I'm like, it was like when she would post something, he would like it, sometimes make a comment, even though they weren't together, that she said, but it was, yeah, that type of thing. So it's tough. It's it's tough. Uh, it's a tough situation. I just say this, like, you just have to be. Uh, you have to just trust. You really have to trust your partner, and ask God through, if to give you that inner trust that you need. And like I said, if it's too much, if you can't deal with that, you will just have to let her go and back off. Period. Or if vice versa, let him go if it's too much for you, or let her go, vice versa. But social media can really hinder a relationship, and you have to you have to be able to trust your partner and not allow that to happen. I'll probably make another video on this topic to get, more on how you can overcome um, social media and how to have a better relationship. But yeah, I just thought I'd share my thoughts on that, my experience. And if you're going through that or you've been through that, I feel you. I know how you feel. I know how it feels when you see something on social media you don't like, and I know how it feels when you wonder, and you don't know what's going on, and why is this guy liking this picture, and why is this guy, and then it gets you to the point where you're constantly looking at their page trying to figure out what's going on, and it can be mentally, like, tormenting, and it makes you can't even enjoy the relationship because you're worried about what that person's doing, and that's no way to live. So, all right, I thought I'd share that. Um, all right, guys, hope you're having a great day. Hope you guys are being safe. I'll be so glad when this pandemic stuff, everybody wearing masks, be over with. I'm so done with this. Like, let's get over it now. Like, come on, let's get back to normal life, so I can go back to work and just do my normal life. So, all right, that being said, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you like this content. And leave a comment, ring the notification bell, and get more videos like this. And please put a comment. Tell me your experience of social media and your relationship. How it affected you, or um, did you overcome it? How you overcame it? Leave a comment. Share your thoughts. And I would love to read it and hear it. Because I've experienced it, and I'm still growing as a man. I'm still learning and trying to figure it out. Never get too old to learn and grow and be better, and that's where I'm at. I'm on my journey to be better and grow mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and I want to be better. And so I share these things, with you. So whoever if you're going through it, I want you to be better. I want you to know that you're not alone. That it's people that go through it, And I have been the one that's been going through that, you know, and been through it, and I'm learning how to be better at that. And I pray that you overcome those insecurities. I pray that you overcome social media temptation to be upset at your partner, and yeah, and I will always encourage us. You can't go wrong with putting God in the mix. You know, the universe or whoever you believe in. Ask God to guide you and to lead you, give you peace in your relationship, and to lead you. If that relationship is not for you, let it go. And if it's meant to be, you know, be at peace with the relationship. All right, guys, you have a wonderful day. Like always, peace, love, and positive vibrations.